For those of you in HR who are listening to this podcast episode about forgiveness at work, we think that we need to engage employees. We need to do this level of engagement. If the employee has put a wall up around them and they do not want to be vulnerable and they do not want you to hurt them again, and your leaders and managers don't know how to engage them, and they have hurt them in the past, no amount of pouring engagement things on top of this semi-disappointing workplace is going to make a difference. So let's grab the notebook and let's start a conversation to unlock your potential and unlock the forgiveness cycle that you need to unlock to move forward. I'd like to ask you to do me a huge favor. I would like to ask you to share your stories of forgiveness at work on social media. Tag us in your share under What's Your Possible and hashtag What's Your Possible and hashtag forgiveness at work. I want to hear things that you've had to forgive to move forward or things that you are holding on to that you really need to forgive in order to be a more focused person that unlocks their potential, right? Because that's really what we're talking about. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is Margaret Spence. I'm the author of Leadership Self-Transformation, the 52 career-defining questions every high-achieving woman must answer. I'm a keynote speaker, founder of the Inclusion Learning Lab and the Employees to CEO Project, a mentorship program for women. And my work focuses on empowering women and organization leaders to break barriers. I focus on embracing inclusivity and redefining what's possible in your workplaces, in your career, and in your life. So now that we've got that part out of the way, let's talk. What did your employer or leader do to erode your trust? What did they do to you that you need to forgive them for? That's the easy question. What did they do to you? Was it a lack of recognition? They didn't recognize you for the tireless efforts that you put into at work? Is it unfair treatment, bias, favoritism, inconsistent enforcement of policies, undermining you as a person in your team? Was it overwork without support, overburdening you with work and not giving you enough resources, and you're burnt out and you're burning out and you can't ask for what you need to be successful? Was it poor communication, lack of transparency from leaders, that lots of rumors and lots of lack of trust in the organization? Did they ignore your feedback when you said, hey, this is a possible thing that could happen? And they ignored it and it happened, and then they blamed you for it. Did you figure out in that workforce that your voice doesn't matter? Did you have hostile interactions with your leaders, bullying, harassment, unprofessional behavior that just didn't get addressed by anyone? See, these are the violations that happen to us, that we play them over and over and over again in our head. These violations, especially when we encounter them again, or a different version of the dysfunction shows up again in our world, we replay the past over and over and over again. And we lose the ability to use our voice effectively, and we lose the ability to trust our gut that this is not the place for us to be. See, forgiveness becomes the first step towards repairing what is broken and repairing the past. You know, Yala Van Zandt wrote a great book about forgiveness, and she talked about all the ways that we can forgive, right? No one is saying what they did to you was right. I want you to hear me. If you cannot forgive, you will never see what's possible for you in the environment. And if you cannot forgive them for what they have done to you, you cannot succeed there.